My name is, first of all, good morning. My name is Gregory. I am a regular visitor at this church. I come here every week for like a weekly dose of inspiration, and now I'm going to try and do the same thing. So please bear with me. Our opening reading is from the Gospel of Thomas. We're going to do the first 5 verses from the first chapter. And it reads, "These are the secret sayings that the living Jesus spoke and Judas Thomas recorded. And he said, 'Whoever discovers the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death.' Jesus said, 'Those who seek should not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed. When they are disturbed, they will marvel and will reign over all. And after they have reigned, they will rest.' Jesus said, 'If your leaders say to you, "Look, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds of the sky will precede you. And if they say it's in the sea, then the fish in the sea will precede you. Rather, the Father's kingdom is within you and outside of you. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are the children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, then you live in poverty, and you are the poverty.' Jesus said, 'The person old in days won't hesitate to ask a little child 7 days old about the place of life, and that person will live. For many of the first will be last and will become a single one.' Jesus said, 'Know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed to you. For there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and there is nothing buried that will not be raised.'" And now join us as we sing hymn number 95, "There is More Love Somewhere."
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Joe Chapot. I'm the Young Adult Coordinator here at UU San Francisco, and today is the Young Adult Sunday Service. This is an event years in the making, and we have an amazing group of young adults who will be sharing themselves today. Now, on behalf of members and friends and longtime friends of this congregation, I want to welcome everyone. Welcome also the folks attending via our live stream, and I especially want to welcome our visitors this morning. Thank you for being here. If you're here for the first or second time, and you're comfortable, would you please stand so we can welcome you? If you'd like to get our weekly newsletter, please fill out the yellow card in the hymnal pocket in front of you or at the welcome desk. Everyone is invited to coffee hour after the service in the courtyard right outside, or in the Thomas Stark King Room, where we will also be enjoying a nacho buffet. There are announcements of upcoming events in your order of service, and I don't have any more at the moment. Now, please join me in saying the words printed in your order of service as we light the chalice. We light this chalice for the light of truth, the warmth of love, and the fire of commitment. We light this symbol of our faith as we gather together. So let's take a moment and greet one another. Try to find folks you don't know, or broaden your circle of acquaintances. A musical cue will invite us back to our seats, and as an icebreaker, we invite you to share with each other this question: how did you find your voice? Share a story about that. Go ahead.
And now, please rise in body or spirit and join us in our spoken covenant and sung doxology. The words are printed in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help one another.
And now for a ritual of remembrance and commitment. We recognize that there is human suffering all over this world, in wars declared and undeclared, in natural disasters and in disasters of our own making. In remembrance of that suffering, and to commit ourselves to action, we will ring our gong today. We ring it first in remembrance of the children who have died in ICE custody, the ones we know of and the ones that haven't made it to the news, the children separated from their families, the adults detained for seeking a better life, and for the millions of people behind bars for things that shouldn't even be crimes. We ring it a second time for water. We stand in solidarity with the people of Flint, Michigan, who after 5 long years finally have clean water again. We stand with the Standing Rock Sioux tribe now that the Dakota Access Pipeline has been built and has had 12 oil spills. And this week, we stand with the people of Newark, New Jersey, who also have unsafe levels of lead in their drinking water. And we ring it a third time for ourselves. Whatever individual acts of injustice we come across, whatever larger systems of injustice we come across, we know that we need to center ourselves and to do more to work for our beliefs. I invite us now into a time of prayer and silent meditation. Close your eyes, feel your body sink into your seat. Take a deep breath in and out. O voice inside each of us, O spark of the divine that reminds us of what is right, we gather today searching, trying to find our own voices, our place in the world, our way to make change, knowing that we need not search alone and that we can do more together than apart. Please let us find what we are searching for. Let us commit ourselves to do what we can, to stand in solidarity and to fight for what is right. And let us remember to take care of ourselves as we do our work in the world. As we enter this moment of shared silence, I invite you to open your hearts to one another so that together we can hold our burdens, our wishes, and this silence. Blessed be.
Hi everyone, my name's Chelsea. I've gone to this church for about 3 or 4 years now. I actually got married here in October last year. Sometimes I wonder how I got to be in such a diverse, full of life city such as San Francisco. And it goes back to me failing on something so hard I thought I'd never have a respectable life to be proud of. I moved here from Kentucky on a total whim of opportunity that hopped into my lap, over the hope of finally being able to do something about this nagging nature of mine to want to do art all the time. But let's go back to why I left. Why did I leave? I had lots of family in Kentucky. It's definitely, as I'm realizing now, a lot easier to live there, a lot less money on food, transit, etc. Why did I want to move almost 3,000 miles away from the people I love? And the answer as it comes to me now is that I didn't love myself. I had these aspirations that my parents subconsciously put in me: go to a nice liberal arts school, get 2 or 3 degrees, and be somewhat depressed at your job, but yet successful and make a lot of money. I went to that liberal arts school. I tried so hard to figure out just what I wanted to do with my life, pushing art way, way down. Never to be reflected on or appreciated because I knew the stereotypes. Starving artist with a very low income was one. But I realized in this process of listening to everyone else, I had set myself up for failure. I was pushing myself against myself and was retreating the only way I knew how to show it, through my effort at continuing there. I was at dinner with my family when my dad received a call that I wasn't invited back to the school I had worked so hard to get into. To me, it was first mortifying, exposing, but also a relief. My parents were also going through an ugly divorce at the time, and I think without any excuse, I had just become depressed. I knew something drastically different had to happen in my life. I was too caught up with what my parents wanted to actually discover for myself, that it was always art, like a bad mistress. But After a year of living at home, I quit my job, said goodbye to my family, and moved out here on my own with 3 really, really heavy suitcases. I can't say I'm a millionaire. I can't say I've reached the peak of success yet, or that what I'm doing may or may not reach the expectations of my parents. But what I can say is I'm happy. I finished my degree with a Bachelor of Fine Arts Digital Illustration in 2014, and now I'm working full-time as a graphic designer and creating art on the side. I think sometimes, every now and then, people just need a little change to get control of their life.
Hello everyone, my name is Anish. I've been coming to this church for about 3 years now. My grandparents on both sides were small-holding farmers in South India. They're also all part of an old Catholic community which traces its roots to evangelism by one of the apostles. In the 80s, when my parents moved some 1,600 miles to Delhi for work, they still held closely to their traditions while trying to improve our family's lot. So, going to Mass every Sunday, praying the rosary most nights, working hard at school, landing a stable, well-paying job, then marrying another St. Thomas Christian, and so on. That was the plan our parents had for my sister and I. Things started going off script for me when most of the boys my grade in middle school started getting very curious about girls. I kept waiting to feel these strange, strong things. But when I did, they were not about girls. I had no words then to describe what I felt. In any case, the good Catholic in me knew it was all wrong. I told no one, afraid that once the words were out, it would make it somehow more real. When I finally told my confessor about my attraction towards the same sex, the priest was convinced it was a phase, and I only needed to pray to God for deliverance. There were many years of fruitless talking to God, and to Him alone, about my troubles. When I moved out from home to the Bay Area for graduate school, I found myself, like my parents, holding on to tradition while being open to new experiences. I continued my conversations with God, but at a few other venues besides the Catholic Church on campus. After a very serene hike in Sequoia National Park, I ventured opening up to a close friend about being at least bisexual, and found none of the judgment I feared. That was the start of a series of experiments in testing my own self-imposed boundaries. One of these experiments was a date at the press club here in San Francisco, now almost 5 years ago, where I first met my now husband. Another was visiting my family on the East Coast with him earlier this summer, where I was again surprised with the love and acceptance I found. Many such experiments have helped me get comfortable with what being gay and proud could be like. Looking back then, finding my voice has been about going beyond who I'm supposed to be, and instead exploring and trying out who I can be.
Thank you, Anish. Today's service is not just a celebration of young adulthood, but we are also celebrating the launch of the Young Adult Ministry Initiative. This is a new ministry that seeks to train and develop those who build young adult communities throughout Unitarian Universalism. All proceeds that are not marked pledge will go towards funding the Young Adult Ministry Initiative. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
Good morning. My name is Alfie. I'm one of the Young Adult members. My name is from the old song, What's It All About, Alfie? I love that song. Actually, I have another name. I'm called Reverend Jiang. I chose to be called by Alfie officially because of this community. And later, I made my business card under the name of Alfie Jiang when I became an artist and began to sell my paintings. My story about my name shows what I'm going through, how I live, and where I am. I came to the Bay Area 3 years ago, directly from Korea. Before I moved, I was in the Korean Navy as a military chaplain and an ordained Korean Methodist Church minister. In the 5th year of my military ministry, my supervisor told me, "You need to bring your wife if you want to stay here longer. At least bring your girlfriend to prove that you're going to get married soon." I wanted to say, I don't have a girlfriend. I have a boyfriend though. Before the conversation happened, there was a scandal because a gay officer was arrested by military agents for committing animal sex. The chief commander of the Korean Army ordered security command officers to arrest a gay soldier in the Korean Army to serve an example. And the security command used a gay dating app to lure a gay soldier so he could be arrested. Officially, any sexual relationship between people of the same sex is illegal in the Korean Army, and it is referred to by the awful term animal sex. That's what happened just a few years ago. So, after my supervisor told me to bring my girlfriend, I realized this is the end of my career. And I decided to leave behind all of that, and I moved here. I'm still in transition in so many areas, including my living environment, culture, community, religion, career, language, food, etc. I have been very vulnerable and anxious about identifying myself and claiming who I am. Since I arrived in the US, I always feel that I'm in the middle of somewhere. There's a song titled Middle that was very popular last year, and here are some of the lyrics. "Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. So why don't you just meet me in the middle? In the middle." I keep asking this to my God or someone inside of me. Why I'm always in the middle, somewhere unclear, unstable, undefined, ambiguous. I'm in between Korean and American, Christian and Unitarian Universalist, anxious and calm, lazy and passionate, Sungi and Alfie. I'm not sure how to say who I am, and I hate this feeling. I've tried to stabilize myself in any way possible, and sometimes I have been obsessed with being stable. However, I learned about UU through the Star King School of Ministry in classes named Transformative Ritual Craft and Luminous Darkness. And in that classes, I learned that none of my challenges, anxieties, instability, or anything else I have been trying to get rid of my life actually need to be demonized. They don't need to be demonized. I thought maybe this is the spirituality of America, California, San Francisco, or me. Even though I'm still a second language speaker, second-class citizen, and marginalized gay Korean pastor, now I can claim myself as Alfie Jiang, who is a hospital chaplain in the process of transferring my ordination from Methodist to UU. I'm still in middle of somewhere. Nothing's confirmed, nothing's stable, nothing's clear, but I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm more spiritual than ever before. I can welcome myself in the middle of all this. I want to invite you to this middle. Meet me in the middle, and let's enjoy being here.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
And now we have reached the end of our program. Thank you to the 9 incredible young adults for being part of this Sunday service, to everyone who helped create this special day, and thank you to this congregation for being so willing to foster young adult community. We are never complete. We are never finished. We are always yet to be. May we always allow others to be, and help and enable each other to grow toward all that we are capable of becoming. Blessed be, amen, and go in peace.
you.